a position of attention, head and eyes straight forward.
Move it, move it, move it!
Day one's kind of like organized chaos. We're trying to get everybody out of their vehicles, get their gear together, and get them into the barracks as quickly as possible so we can get them into their recruit uniforms and start acclimating them to the academy.
This ain't the Hilton! Let's go! Is this how you're gonna wear your tie, sir? Is that how my tie looks? Then put it on the uniform like you're gonna wear it, because that's what I told you to do. Simple instructions you can't even follow.
Yeah, a lot of people that I know are correctional officers, they were telling me, it was from old classes back then, they was telling me that it would have been easy since I went to basic training in the Army, that boot camp would have been harder than this, but they lie.
I was struggling a lot in 223.
He needs your help!
The runs was killing me. The calisthenics was fine, the running was the worst for me. I knew I wasn't physically prepared for it, so why not come back and try again?
Nobody's going to beg you to stay here. Nobody's going to call you in and say, oh, please stay, don't go home. It's not going to happen. Those are all your choices.
Pick it up. All we ask you to do is a little bit of organization. If you can't even do that, this job is not for you. Do you understand that? Yes, sir.
Starting off the academy has been pretty intense. Definitely the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
If you've never spent any time in an organization that's paramilitary or military, it's going to be difficult for you to adjust to what we're doing and how quickly we want you to move.
If you are mentally exhausted, you should leave.
The mess hall it's always a crazy experience for everyone.
Useless! Useless! You are useless! You can't even get out of the mess hall!
Literally, sometimes you just get a bite of something and you have to get up and move.
If you make instructors nauseous, go home.
Everyone who's in the barracks, they all complain about the time. We're pressed for time. We don't have time to eat. We don't have time to shine our boots. We don't have time to study. They just make you deal with not having time.
You wanted me to take bon appetit? Okay, you ready? Bon appetit. Enjoy. How about you just inhale it so you can survive here for 2 days?
If you didn't like the meal, you should leave.
When I say you're done, you're done. Start cleaning up. One person gets the garbage, the plates, the cups.
I was that person in that situation before, where I felt like I wanted to quit, but I wouldn't quit. I actually was putting the pressure on so I could come back in 224. So I was fighting to get in this class.
Order! Sit down, sir. Get up! Forward march! In, out, open, close. Nine!
A few push-ups and some jumping jacks that can't be that hard. Then you get out there and you do them in rapid succession over and over again. It's an eye-opener.
It's not for everyone. It's very physically stressing. It's mentally stressing.
14! Pick your water bottle up and go to building 20. Look, everyone else is doing it, and you're not. Am I gonna have to sit here? Am I gonna have to sit here and do it with you? Get out of my formation! Just get out right now.
All the way down. All the way down.
14! Stay with him. Stay with him. Stay with him. Get up.
They instructed me to take the 0 because I was not meeting their expectations. And then as I was walking out, I became very lightheaded. And at one point I actually did fall to the ground and did pass out. The calisthenics are my weak point. I had been preparing for the running anywhere from 1 to 3 miles a day, but calisthenics I was just not prepared for. I was not expecting it to be that difficult.
This is going to end 2 ways. You are going to be better than you've ever been in your entire life if you continue to work and give 100% and not quit, or it's going to be a testament to the fact that you made the biggest mistake of your life by coming here. Either way, I'm not mad at you. Either way, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. What it means, or may mean, is that this may not be the job for you.
During today's ceremony, you will be receiving your guidons for Class 224. It symbolizes leadership, respect, and honor.
Ready? 1. Ready? 2. Ready? 3.
I was a Camden City police officer, and I got laid off back in January 18.
I just came back home not too long ago from my second deployment in Iraq.
I'm actually doing this, for the most part, for my father. My father was just, he was in a very serious car accident where he was a pedestrian crossing the street and struck by a car. And he's still in the hospital. He's been in the hospital for over 3 months now. And I'm doing this to help him. If I figure if I can support myself, maybe I can help him in the long run.
Up!
The support of my family is really important to me. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be doing this.
Get down! Get down!
There's 2 of you! Let's go, baby. Let's go. Get up there. Think about touching. Nobody wait! Nobody wait! I'm dying! I'm dying! Help! 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 You gotta fight like your life depends on it, Meg. Because it does.
Whether you want to get tagged or not, you're trying to put a block up, you're going to get hit in the face.
Come on, Meg! Keep your hands up. If you quit, you die, Meg!
It doesn't feel like practice, especially when you're up against almost a 200-pound male on top of little old me, so it's kind of difficult. But you just got to fight through it and do the best you can.
Hopefully this helps them prepare themselves so that they can react or they can deal with the stress a little bit better than if they'd never been exposed to it.
That's all reality. They call it going live, and it's live.
Go home, get him up! Turn! There you go! Get up! Get up!
I never got in a fight before I got here. Now by getting punched, I'm gonna know what to do in case I get into an altercation in the institution.
The inmates will meet you at the door. There's no doubt about that. When you open that door, the inmates could meet you at the door.
Inmate Reed, correct order to exit the cell.
It's highly likely that all the staff that graduate from this academy are going to find themselves one day involved in a cell extraction. And we want them to be prepared. We don't want them to have that as their first encounter in a extremely physical cell extraction. We want them to be ready to go.
Let's go.
Yeah, at first, coming up and having the inmates yelling at us from the windows, it was a little overwhelming.
Try to open it up because it has a hollow. Put anything in there that's not a contraband. You snap it back together. You snap it back together. It looks fresh.
when we went to Wagner to do a search, we were searching F Unit at the same time. They had a problem with some of the inmates that they put into the gym from F Unit.
During my search, I found a blade taped to the head of the bed. I found another one tucked under the foot locker.
And they had to be taken out of the gym and moved to another area, and several inmates were placed in detention and then shipped to another facility.
I feel like I said, I'm doing my job. This is for the safety of the other correction officers, even the other inmates. It's part of the job.
The recruits had an opportunity to see the institutional staff working as well as our special operations unit, to include the K-9 unit.
Let's go, CSTA, get the job done. Let's go. Do it now or do it again later. Let's go, get the job done.
The instructors really know what they're doing.
You quit? Sir, no, sir. Get the job done. The pad's over there. Open your eyes and go to the next pad. Stop that way.
They're there to work with you, and honestly, it's to protect you. It's to protect you. It's not to make it harder on you. It's just to make sure that you understand what actually happens.
Open your eyes!
This deep into the cycle, I think a lot of it comes down to what's inside of them, how much heart they have. And I think that's what's the determining factor as to why people are still leaving.
Now go.
On an average, we may lose 3 or 4 at the range. When I knew I was going to lose 6, I said it's kind of disconcerting or disheartening to me. It makes me feel that I actually failed them in a sense, but in reality, they failed themselves because of the failure to pay attention.
I think I worried about guns for the last 3 months, all day, every day. And it was hard because they told me not to go and practice. And I'm kind of like a control freak and I want to practice. Like, you know, if you can't run, you keep running. And I just, you know, it's hard to not know you have it going in.
All right, next course fire. 4 rounds kneeling, strong side of the barricade. 4 rounds kneeling, strong side of the barricade. Up.
I'm not thinking about the basics, the breathing, the trigger control. I'm thinking about making the shot and just getting stressed about it.
They have the ability to do it, and it's just the mental part of it. And if they can just calm themselves, I'm very confident that these guys can pull it through.
When we came to the range last week, I kind of panicked when I wasn't shooting in the 40s to begin with. So I did struggle. Of course, the numbers were adding up in my head, and I knew I was short. I thought I was fired.
If they can focus long enough to put the puzzle together, they'll do fine. They're fine, because they know what to do. No, that's it. Good job, good job.
I think I made it by the skin on my teeth. I will do as many push-ups as they want me to do because I will be on cloud 9.
I definitely feel proud of myself. I earned it.
This is what we call mobile field force. There's going to be times when the inmates try to take over the yard, a certain area. They've gathered in force, riotous situation. Of course, we have to enter that yard, mess hall, gymnasium, what have you, and we have to put down the insurrection. This is a possibility that can happen. We hope it doesn't, but if it does transpire, it can be an incident where a lot of people get injured, a lot of people get hurt. There's a lot of physicality involved with this. The officers have to be prepared.
There were times during the first few weeks we were stepping back going, oh my God, are we ever going to be able to finish? You stepped up to the plate. You did everything we asked you to do. There's nothing more that we can ask of you as far as this training academy goes. When you leave here today at the end of the day, and you report to those facilities on Monday, hold your heads up with pride. You worked extremely hard.
If I could do it again with the same people, I would. I like it, and I'm glad I made it to this day, to graduation day. I mean, it was times where I was like, it's unbelievable. I'm still here. This is never ending. And it was a stressful environment, but I'm glad we're finally here.
The whole experience of being at the academy was an emotional roller coaster, to say the least. You had your highs, you had your lows. Some of the highs had some of the greatest times I've ever had in my life here. Some of the best people I've ever met in my life. Some of the lows, I can't imagine explaining to someone that hasn't been through a police academy. They just won't understand the pressure that's put on you to succeed, and trying to live up to the expectations of the instructors and meet your goals. It's just daunting. And there's definitely times where I sat in my bunk at night thinking, am I gonna make it? Is it gonna happen? Sometimes I thought it wasn't, but towards the last weeks, I was like, wow, this is actually possible. I might actually make it. And then here I am today on graduation day thinking, I made it. I'm gonna do it.